Imagine how differently you would move around the world if you had a literal crown on your head in your everyday life. When I was a kid, my mom always used to tell me that my hair was my crown, and as I get older and I move into womanhood, I am realizing that more every single day. Hello, lovely angel. My name is Haley. Welcome to my channel. By the end of this video, I want you to leave feeling motivated and excited to take care of your beautiful feminine locks. I was inspired to make this video because I recently dropped the ball with my hair care, and I really saw the consequences of that. And that really made me realize again how precious my hair is to me. When my hair doesn't look right, I just simply do not have a good day. And I know a lot of you are the same. So let's get really motivated and excited and empowered to see the power in our beautiful hair and really enjoy every single delicious second of beautifying our hair. I also wanted to discuss a little bit of the darkness related to a woman's relationship with her hair, how it can hold a power and represent something so strong to her that it can often lead her to resenting her hair or not taking care of it out of fear. I myself have had such complicated feelings related to my hair, and I know a lot of other women had as well. So I just wanted to touch on that and explore that a little bit because, you know, a woman's relationship with her hair is really complicated. It's not simple, and let's just dive into that a little bit. So without further ado, let's get into the power. Unkempt hair is a major signal of poor hygiene and lack of care for oneself. So obviously it's very important to make sure your hair is always clean and smelling nice, but those kind of basic hygiene things are quite boring. So I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the magic of hair, how hair is powerful, how it can communicate, and how every woman has a unique and special relationship with her hair, be it a good one or a bad one. I'm hoping it's a good one for you. For me personally, after many years of ebbs and flows of my relationship with my hair, I have a good one. But really what I've noticed over the years and over time is the true power that beautiful hair holds. And I'm not just talking about long hair or any specific kind of hair texture. I'm talking about the type of hair that is just otherworldly and ethereal. It just surrounds a person's face like it was just meant to be there. It's so luscious and effortless looking that it just glides around them like a vibrant aura. It's hair that is done, sculpted, and groomed, but it just looks like the most natural thing ever because it fits and suits that person so perfectly. Like, you just have such gorgeous hair, but it's such a normal part of you. It's just a part of you. I love the theatrics of hair, like how big bouncy hair can make me feel really confident and bubbly, how slick straight hair might make you feel very mysterious and sensual, or red hair might make you feel bright and bold, or a blunt bob can make you feel flirty and playful. I love how they communicate these kind of things in movies. Like, usually when you see a character that has a certain type of hair, it tells you something about them. And that translates into real life too. The way your hair speaks to the world, it's telling something about yourself to the world. It's communicating something. It's just like art. It can make you feel things, and it can make people around you feel things as well. It can inspire emotion. It has a specific emotion or attribute that people are putting on it, or you're putting on it yourself. It's so much more than just hair. It tells people something about you. So think about what you want your hair to tell people about yourself. When you start thinking about your hair, you might think, well, right now I don't have my dream hair. This is not the hair that I desire for myself, or that I've always wanted to have or always wanted to try out. Or maybe you have hair naturally that doesn't really suit you or your personality very well, and you've never really considered before what other hair types might suit your personality even better. Like, I love how Dita Von Teese is a natural blonde, but her black hair suits her so perfectly. It's like it was meant for her. And she had to discover that herself. I'm not here trying to tell you that your natural hair is the best hair for you, because that is just not true. Sometimes it is. I feel like in my case, having curly hair for example, is something that I am finally confident in, but it took me a while to get there. I can't even count the amount of times that I have been approached by girls who are telling me that they have hair like me naturally and they straighten their hair every single morning and they just wish that they could embrace their natural hair like me. And it's funny because as nice as it is for them to give me that compliment, it feels like maybe they want to wear their hair curly and maybe they don't have the confidence to because they feel like it's not attractive enough. I know growing up in the early 2000s, curly hair was kind of seen as ugly, and it honestly crushed me in The Princess Diaries when Anne Hathaway's big curly hair was seen as ugly. That whole transformation montage, that really, really broke my heart. So I always want to ask these girls, but I never do. I always want to ask them, why do you not let your hair be curly? Why do you not embrace your curls? And I think half of it is because it's kind of difficult to look after them and maybe they just haven't discovered that themselves yet and they just feel like it doesn't suit them because straight hair is all they've ever known. Hair is a very intimate subject for women, I find, so I don't usually ask these women why they don't wear their hair natural, but it kind of upsets me when they say, oh, I wish I could, because of course you can, you just don't. And the reason for that you have to figure out yourself. I tried the straight hair thing briefly when I was 11 or 12. I had begged my mom to let me straighten my hair, and once I did, I realized that was not for me. I've tried it a few times in adulthood as well, and it just drains the sparkle right out of me. I always need to have big hair in order to feel confident, and that's something I realize more as I get older and as I try to fluff my hair throughout the video to make it remain big, because I'm not wearing any hairspray and I just want my hair to stand up, because I feel like once it's straight, it doesn't suit my facial features at all. It's weird, it drags everything down and it looks strange. So I either need it to be like quite short. I know it's not that short right now, but actually a few years ago it was quite long and I feel like it really, really dragged my face down. Even though I loved the experience of having long hair, I don't think it suits me very well. And that's an experience I just had to go through in order to realize that. And I think everybody should just have a little bit more fun with exploring these different things with your hair. If you wish you could do something with your hair, then just do it. What exactly is stopping you? You seriously need to ask yourself that question. There is no reason why other people get to have magical, wonderful hair and you don't. I think we all know by now that hair is magical, hair is powerful, and to have good hair as a woman, to have great hair, to have the kind of hair suits you and makes you feel great, you feel like you can take on the world. It's so important to us, so why not put that time and effort into discovering that for yourself and going on a journey to have your dream hair. Try to establish what your dream hair is. Pull up a Pinterest board, because that's exactly what I do. I have blonde curly hair all over my Pinterest board that's much, much nicer than mine, and it motivates me all the time to continue to look after my hair and to continue to make it better and better. I love beautiful hair so much that I have decided to make it my mission to have 24/7 bombshell hair, because why not? You can make that decision too. There's just something about a woman who knows her signature hairstyle that is just mesmerizing. I mean, I think we've all seen that with Sabrina Carpenter and her glow up transformation with her hair. Like, her hair suits her so well. Her face really didn't suit not having bangs. Like, bangs were made for her. And once she established that signature look, she's kind of played around with a few different styles with it, and it's just made the world of difference to her overall look. There's actually this girl on TikTok that talks about the Hollywood hair theory, and she talks about how when someone develops a signature hair look or a specific style, that kind of indicates that they're about to become a star. That's exactly what happened with Sabrina Carpenter.
If you want to know if someone is going to become a household name, there's a couple patterns that you can look for, but there's one specific one that I really believe in. For those of you new here, hi, I'm Kokomoko. I work in media and I've made a career off of accurately predicting trends and rising stars. Now, this specifically isn't my original theory, it's been around forever, but I like to call it the Hollywood hair theory. And it's the belief that someone is not going to be a household name or memorable unless they have a very distinct look with their hair specifically. And I could do a whole deep dive on current artists that are kind of becoming famous or vying for that fame and how I think that they're using this theory. Marilyn Monroe is one of the biggest ones that comes to mind when I think of it. You still see people trying to recreate her hair to this day. And if you look at photos from before she was famous, she's still beautiful, of course, but it doesn't stand out the way that her blonde bob did. Another person who I think used this theory was Elvis Presley with the slicked back black hair. Of course, you had Bob Marley and his iconic and memorable look. And someone from more recent history who used it, but potentially was the most iconic, is Amy Winehouse.
If you want my advice, I would tell you to please, sincerely, please disregard trends. I know it's so tempting for everyone right now to get a slick back bun or curtain bangs like Sabrina Carpenter, but I promise you it doesn't suit you, or it doesn't suit everyone at least. Maybe it does suit you, but you need to realize when something doesn't suit you. Like, for example, can you imagine if Marilyn Monroe was to wear a slick back bun? It would not suit her features at all. Now, of course, she is dazzlingly gorgeous, so she would still look stunning, but it is not her signature look, and it just wouldn't make her look like the Hollywood icon that she is. So really look at these different stars and maybe see if you have any similar facial features to them, because I know, for example, there are a lot of people who did that Pamela Anderson hairstyle, like the beautiful updo with all of the messy pieces coming down, and it was very 90s, and it looks amazing on a lot of people. So there are certain hairstyles like that that you can mess around with different hair textures, I guess, and it would look amazing on everyone. But there are certain styles that just don't look amazing on everyone and just bring out all the wrong features and sort of mess up your whole facial harmony. So you should really take your facial features and your overall style into consideration when choosing what hairstyle is going to be your signature look. And look, I will die on the hill of having a signature look. I am very boring in that sense. I do believe that everyone, especially like if you want to have like, if you want to stand out, I think you should just pick one style and run with it. I really think everybody has that sweet spot, that perfect look that looks amazing on them, and once they've found that, they should just rinse and repeat forever. That is my opinion. But I know women change their hair in different phases of their life. For example, if you're in your motherhood phase of life and you have really long hair, maybe that no longer suits you. Maybe that's no longer practical for you. Or, you know, if you've become a wife and you want to mark that occasion by changing up your hair, maybe you want a more shorter, more elegant, more mature look. Definitely as we get older, our hair style can change and also trends change, and of course you don't want to have a really outdated look either. That's not what I'm saying with trends. I'm not saying to just have a completely, I don't know, like 2010 style hair in 2020, because some of those looks, they're dead and gone. If you can find your signature hair look, the power in that, I'm telling you, the power of having your signature hair look is unmatched. The reality is your hairstyle will sort of change as you get older and as your hair changes and as your lifestyle changes. It will change a little bit or a lot depending on your choice. I would advocate for a little bit, but however. Something which can remain the same though, no matter what your hair routine is ritualizing your hair routine. So that is something that is a very feminine practice that can sort of bring you back into yourself and just enjoying the experience of having beautiful womanly hair. You can use hair perfume and beautiful smelling oils. You can light candles while doing your hair routine, massage your scalp, really spoil yourself and make it a sensual and special experience. I believe that ritualizing a hair routine like that can really harness the power of your hair. If you put care into your hair, I believe that you will derive so much power from it. I think that being a woman is all in the details. It's creating beauty from nothing. Your hair is a great source of beauty, so honor it. Continue to make it beautiful. Having beautiful hair is not a permanent state, it's a practice. So continue the ritual of beautifying your hair throughout your life. Hair represents so much for us women. It is the ultimate signal of our femininity. Often we see women who don't want to be sexualized or want to rebel against the beauty standards shaving their head. To them, this can often represent stripping them of their feminine attractiveness. Take Sinead O'Connor, for example. She was a beauty throughout her whole life, and she decided to shave her head because she didn't want to be sexualized by the media. She wanted her music to speak for itself, even though her record label requested that she grow her hair long and wear mini skirts in order to sell her sexuality. In her life, beauty had been a curse. It was the reason, according to her, that people had harmed her. So she shaved her head in order to protect herself. She also mentions her sister in this particular Dr. Phil interview and how her sister had beautiful long red hair. And for some reason, Sinead's mother would refer to her sister as the ugly one and would refer to Sinead as the pretty one. I think stories like these and how bald heads are represented in the media and in movies really shows how powerful hair can be, and also how emotionally connected to our hair that women are. Sometimes with great power comes a lot of danger, and sometimes out of fear for our safety, we can feel like our hair is just a big signal that attracts unwanted attention. I've spoken about this on the channel before, but I had a really dark time when I was 19 years old, and I was in an environment that felt really unsafe to me. And I remember when I felt unsafe and when I felt like I didn't want anyone to look at me, I thought about my hair a lot. I put my hair up, or I felt conscious of my hair. It was definitely one of the major things that I felt like attracted unwanted attention. And funnily enough, due to all the stress and the bad state of mind that I was in, I started to lose my hair. Like clumps of my hair would be coming out in the shower. And I remember feeling like so sick when I would see these clumps just swirl on the floor of the shower. When I was losing hair like that, I also felt like I was losing myself. It was such a big part of me, and it was something that used to be such a great source of confidence for me, and it became a source of fear. At this time, I had so many conflicting feelings about beauty and what it meant to me. It seemed to me that pursuing it was something scary or something that made me vulnerable. But over time, I realized that hiding wasn't the safe place that I thought it was, and it was completely unsustainable. And so, how hair does, over time, it started to grow, and so did my confidence. I started to take pride in my hair again, and I feel like others could really pick up on my hair confidence because I started getting so many compliments on my hair and people admiring my hair, which was really nice. So over time, as my inner world healed, my hair started to heal as well, and I started doing all these wonderful hair care rituals and actually going to a hairdresser rather than doing my hair myself or completely abandoning it. And so now here we are. I'm absolutely obsessed with hair, as you might be able to tell. And my relationship with my hair throughout my life has been a complicated yet significant one. Hair means so much to me, and I am constantly inspired to look after and improve my hair. After all, we are all blessed with beauty, and we are even more blessed when we bless ourselves by nurturing that beauty that we've been given. I look at hair transformations and they make me want to cry because they're so beautiful. It's just so powerful what hair can do for a woman. So I will leave you with a poem that I found in this book that was written by beauty and glamour icon Dita Von Teese. So this is from her hair chapter, and I think it really sums up nicely the power of a woman's hair. Okay, here it is. A Hemisphere in Your Hair by Charles Baudelaire. Long, long let me breathe the fragrance of your hair. Let me plunge my face into it like a thirsty man into the water of a spring, and let me wave it like a scented handkerchief to stir memories in the air. If you only knew that all I see, all that I feel, all that I hear in your hair, my soul voyages on its perfume as other men's souls on music. Your hair holds a whole dream of masts and sails. It holds seas whose monsoons waft me towards lovely climes where space is bluer and more profound, where fruits and leaves and human skin perfume the air. In the ocean of your hair, I see a harbor teeming with melancholic songs, with lusty men of every nation and ships of every shape, whose elegant and intricate structures stand out against the enormous sky, home of eternal heat. In the caresses of your hair, I know again the languors of long hours lying on a couch in a fair ship's cabin, cradled by the harbor's impeccable swell between pots of flowers and cooling water jars. On the burning heath of your hair, I breathe in the fragrance of tobacco tinged with opium and sugar. In the night of your hair, I see the sheen of the tropics' blue infinity. On the shores of your hair, I get drunk with the smell of musk and tar and the oil of coconuts. Long, long, let me bite your black and heavy tresses. When I gnaw your elastic and rebellious hair, I seem to be eating memories.